of the chairman of Woodland Roads Masjid, the current chairman, the trustee of Woodland Roads Masjid. Allah Almighty grant Marhum Muhammed bin Arasab, High Maqam Jannatul Firdaus. He was in his 50s. It's in the news that there was a car that hit into his car, and by the will of Allah Almighty, he returned back to Allah. That car that hit into him, a BMW, was driven by who? An 18 and a 19-year-old. Questions have to be asked, and the police will do the investigation, and all will be clear. I come from Bradford. In Bradford, this is a common occurrence. This happens a lot in Bradford. Foolish and stupid drivers. There's a gentleman standing here now who an accident occurred at a bollard just further down from the masjid. And Allah knows best the reality, but the young man who came, he hit into the gentleman's car. And then we throw a fuss up. You drive like maniacs, and then you say, I'm not in the wrong. You can't be both. You either drive sensibly, so it stands that you didn't drive like a maniac, or accept that you was not driving properly, you drove recklessly. And how many reckless drivers do we have on our roads? Stratford Road, Ladypool Road, they'll have fast cars, they'll try to go in and out of traffic, they want to beat the traffic, get out 5 minutes early. Why? Because of your negligent driving, what will happen? What will be the consequence of you putting your foot down? There's a reason why there are speed limits on roads. 30, 40, 20, 10. There's a reason why our local roads are not called motorways. We can drive up to 70 or 80 miles per hour. And what have we done? We've made our local roads into racetracks. And the speed that our youth are driving normal cars, never mind the hired cars, the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and the supercars, never mind. I'm talking about normal cars, a BMW, an Audi, whatever it may be. Because of reckless driving, the consequence is that we have to sit in our masajid and do ta'ziyat with the family, because one son has lost his father, one daughter has lost her father, a wife has lost a husband, the community has lost a person because of reckless driving. Time and time again we have told our youth, drive responsibly, be careful how you drive, don't drive recklessly, don't drive stupidly. You're putting people's life at risk. Is your life not worthy? Does your life mean nothing to you that you drive like that? Okay, if you don't care about your own life, at least care about the lives of others. This death has now caused so much damage, so much hurt and pain to the family. How they recover from this? How do you sleep at night knowing this? And what is it? 9 times out of 10, it's an 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27-year-old. And sadly, unfortunately, in Bradford there was a case, 4 lads, they died, driving ridiculous speeds around one of the bends. They hit into a tree. All 4 of them died within 10 seconds. Angel of death took them. When the inquest was done, they found that all 4 of them were twice above the drink limit. You'd be shocked and surprised how many of our brothers and sisters, what are they doing? What are they doing? Balloons whilst driving, liquored up whilst driving, sniffed. The amount of sniff and cocaine that the youth are on, it's shocking.
Sorry to say that by the masjid, very close to masjid, people come all Muslim here and there.
La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Next door, near the masjid, people will do balloons here.
Yes.
Anywhere has the fear of Allah Almighty gone?
Everything. All is Muslim
People sing, People sin, of course, sin in secret. Now sin has become public. There's no fear left. And guess what? It's our own people. Sadly, it's our youth. Time and time again, we speak to them. We host events. I'm someone who's been very vocal over the years on these matters, community-related matters. Where do we find those youth? Somewhere we are collectively failing. As our masajids are failing, our councillors and MPs are failing, the houses and homes that they come from are failing. All of this is causing issues. And guess what? It culminates into these problems. Haji Sahib sat here, the elders. 30 years ago when there were cars, did you ever hear of this? Never. One, maybe in 100 cases, even one might be far-fetched. One might be far-fetched. Now, what do we find? Every other week in Birmingham, in Luton, in Nelson, certainly in Bradford, we are hearing again, time and time again, of these cases where brothers are being, because of reckless driving, we are losing fathers, we are losing brothers, we are losing sisters. How many of this have we heard? This is why it's necessary that the ulama and the imams speak up and create awareness about these issues. It's necessary that we tell our parents, we remind our parents that tell your children to be responsible and not reckless. Be responsible. You know, if it was accidental haditha,